I'm Dr. Fizzlebop. Have you ever wondered how magicians do their tricks? I'll admit, a few of their tricks are rather magnificent. Magicians' tricks are all illusions, of course, but many times real science is at work behind the scenes, whether mirrors and reflection, magnets and attraction, or something else. In today's experiment, there is some super simple but neato science at work. Are you ready? Fizztastic! Today at Fizzlebop Labs, I'm assisted by Declan.
What's up?
And Michael.
What's up?
Haha! Well, first, we have a warning. This experiment requires iodine and hydrogen peroxide. Have an adult do this experiment with you. We also recommend reading the caution labels on each and every chemical. Because, of course,
Safety first.
that's right. So let's get started. First, the Fizzlebop supply list. We need safety goggles. Everybody got theirs on? Fizztastic. 3 16-ounce or 480 milliliter jars. Wonderful. A permanent marker. We need 1,000 milligrams or 2 500 milligram vitamin C tablets because 2 times 500 is 1,000. And we need a plastic bag, Fizztastic, a rolling pin. We need 3/4 cup or 180 milliliters of warm water. Excellent. We need a spoon. We need a bottle of tincture of iodine, 2%. Wonderful. A bottle of hydrogen peroxide, 3%. And we need some liquid laundry starch. Wonderful. And Michael, if you don't have liquid laundry starch, what's a fizz tip for our guests?
If we couldn't find liquid laundry starch, we could substitute 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch or potato starch.
Fizztastic! Okay, now that we have gathered our supplies, let's get to the experiment. First, we need to put on our safety goggles. Check. Wonderful. Next, we're going to line up the jars and label them A, B, and C. Here's another fizz tip. Michael?
We can write directly on the glass jars with an permanent marker and easily wash it off when we're done.
Glass is amazing. All right, so let's write A on one jar. Here's a marker for you. Let's write B on another jar. And let's write C on the last jar. I'll take care of C. Michael's got A and Declan's got B. Whoa, my C is kind of swirly. See? Okay, A, B, and C. Wonderful! All right, what's next? Now, we will put the vitamin C tablets into the plastic bag and use the rolling pin to crush the tablets into powder, as fine as possible. So, we're going to grab our vitamin C tablet, and these are 1,000 milligram tablets, so we only need one. Boop, right there, okay. Put that on the table flat, maybe get the air out first, open up and get some air out. And then we'll take turns doing some rolling. First though, before we start, let me go a little bit of a boom, boom, okay? Let's smash it a little bit. Now roll it nice and fine. Michael's gonna have a few rolls. Oh, good. Teamwork. Teamwork is the best. Look at them working together.
This is already a good one.
Try to get it as fine as we can, so roll it good. If you need my help, I'm happy to help. Ooh, that's looking like a very nice fine powder. All right, Fizztastic! They are wonderful rollers. Now, we're going to pour all the powder along with 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of warm water into jar A and stir for at least 30 seconds. This is now liquid A. All right, so let's get 1/4 cup of water. There we go. Also known as
I cannot do that.
60
I
milliliters.
will not be able to do
Okay,
that.
pour that into jar A.
Jar A.
Declan, try to get as much of this powder into jar A as you can. Okay, and then
Wait, I have a trick.
do the trick. Oh.
Oh, wait, I need to open this. There we
Okay,
go.
shake and bake. No, we're not baking anything. Okay, though baking is science, All right, now we're going to stir that for 30 seconds. Can you grab the spoon and stir?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, 15 more. Oh, I see what you did there. Teamwork. You can do a little swirl like this. All right. That's looking very good. Fizztastic. And what do we call this liquid? Liquid?
A.
Liquid A. All right. So now, are you ready to get it?
Should we
Now,
take the spoon out?
let's put 1 teaspoon or 5 milliliters of liquid A, 1/4 cup of warm water, and 1 teaspoon 5 milliliters of iodine into jar B. Then we'll observe and record what happens. Jar B is now considered liquid B. Okay, so let's get our teaspoon, which I happen to have right here on my little handy dandy tablespoon, teaspoon, right there I got a teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Okay, here we go. Got a teaspoon. Now, we're going to use that twice. First, we're going to take 1 teaspoon of liquid A. So one of you, yeah, you can set that on the counter. Take 1 teaspoon of liquid A, and we're going to put it in jar B. One nice full liquid. If you would tilt it all the way to the side, there you go. Great. Put that in jar B. Little more, okay. Good, very good. All right, then we're gonna add another 1/4 cup of warm water. Here we go. Wonderful. Put that in number B. And then, Michael, if you wanna hold the teaspoon, we're gonna put 1 teaspoon or 5 milliliters of iodine into jar B as well. Okay, ready? Okay, put that in there too. Now, we're going to take a minute, and we're going to put it right here, and we're going to observe what, if anything, happens. Okay, you can stir it in there a little if you want to. Remember, this is now considered liquid B. What did you do? Science. Ooh. Liquid B went from, what color was that? Orange, brown, to what?
Clear.
Clear. How did that happen? Science. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so now, are you guys ready to move on to our next one? We've now observed liquid B. All right, in jar C, got it? We'll mix 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide, and 1/2 teaspoon of liquid starch, and this will now be liquid C. All right, so here we go. We need to get our 1/4 cup of water. Here we go. All right, let's dump that in there, Michael. Declan, we're gonna get our tablespoon.
Is that our tablespoon right there?
That's a teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
We need to get a tablespoon of, my tablespoon has some baking soda in it because I love fizz. Whoops. Okay, we need to get a tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide. So we're gonna go like this with the tablespoon.
Can I hold the thing?
Yep, you can hold that there. It says 1 tablespoon, right? Okay, dump that in there. Let's put the lid back on this once we're done. So for safety, let's put the lid back on that. And we need to get a 1/2 teaspoon of liquid starch. So let's do my 1/2 teaspoon.
Liquid starch? Is this liquid starch?
That will be liquid starch. All right, liquid starch. And we have a 1/2 teaspoon of liquid starch. Okay. I'm gonna hold this and I'll do that part.
Here we go.
All right, hold that over the jar. We're gonna do this is a 1/2 teaspoon or 2.5 milliliters of liquid starch.
Well,
Oh, a little bit much. Now that could be bad, so maybe don't pour all of it in there.
Good.
Perfect, that's great. And dump the rest back in here. Awesome.
comes out fast.
And then we're going to seal back up our
On
jar.
that,
Okay,
do not go fast.
now we've got our liquid starch over here. Are you guys ready for the next step?
Yes. I am.
Okay, so now we have liquid A, which we don't really need anymore. We have our liquid B, which will be important, and we have our liquid C. Let's find out what we're going to do in the next part of the experiment. Okay, now we need to pour all of the liquid B in the liquid C. We'll observe and record what happens. So one of you hold liquid B, and one of you hold liquid C, and let's pour liquid B into liquid C and see what happens. All of it goes in.
It's gonna change colors. Called it. Oh, that's
What color would you call that?
Blackish purple.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we're gonna pour the liquid back and forth between jar C and jar B 4 more times. Okay, so one of you hold one, and one hold the other, and pour it back together.
1,
Okay, now do it another time. Yep.
2, 3. Wait, isn't that 4 because we started?
One more. Do one more.
4.
Just making sure it's nicely mixed. Okay. Now we'll set down the jar with the liquid in it and let it rest as we observe and record. Okay. So right now we're going to go through a sequence of observation. So let's just watch and see if and what anything happens. All right, fizztastic. Well, ours didn't turn clear again. How did your rapid color changing solution turn out? I hope when you're done, you'll snap a picture and post it online so I can see the results of your marvelous experiment. Tag us at Fizzlebop Labs and use hashtag Fizzlebop.
Dr. Fizzlebop, what's happening?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We've just conducted a chemical reaction known as the iodine clock reaction. It is called a clock reaction because it takes a certain amount of time for the reaction to occur. We could adjust the amount of time it takes for the liquids to turn blue by changing the concentration of the reactants or the temperature of the water. The blue color resulted when we formed a starch iodine complex. Vitamin C delayed this reaction, but once the vitamin C was used up, the starch iodine complex could form. And that's the science behind it.
Wow.
It's time to collect our data. You can record it in your Fizzlebop Labs notebook.
Describe what happened when you put liquid A into jar B and added the iodine. Describe what happened when you combined liquid B and liquid C. Describe what happened when you allowed your final solution time to rest.
Excellent! In fact, fizztastic! That's it! I hope you had fun creating a rapid color changing solution and that you'll share your experiment with me by tagging us at Fizzlebop Labs and using hashtag Fizzlebop. Thanks for joining us here at Fizzlebop Labs. I hope you had as fizztastic time as we have. Join us here again for new experiments and don't forget to subscribe. Fizztastic!
That's fizztastic! Theory in
Well, I'm glad you've asked. We've just conducted... Oh man, it's me that messed up. Okay, ready again? Sorry guys, here we go, ready? 3, 2,